Hi, this is Evangelist Innocent. Again, I'm excited to host you on this very webinar and to deal with an issue that I am passionate about. And it's something very important, something I'm very, very excited to share with you because I'm passionate, about seeing young people getting married. It's been my, one of my greatest passion because as a minister, of God and over the years in my course of ministry, this is one of the key prayer points, we receive, to pray about. But because of my experience on one of the occasions, the Lord spoke to me, and I want to, gave me so much insight why a lot of people go through delays and certain things that happen to them, for them to get married. So, I'm so happy that you're around. I'm so happy that you joined us. I'm so happy that you are part of what we're doing. You tuned in, because, as I said earlier in the broadcast, that you actually you are not going to regret, being with me today. Exactly. I would want to share with you a few dating tips that will help you. Remember, I had said in my ad that the reason why we are doing it today is so as to help you prepare for your date tomorrow. And it's very important that you know it, and know these things, that you are equipped and armed, so that you will, have a worthwhile and a fulfilling date tomorrow, or not just only tomorrow, but other days, the days ahead, that will help you walk the aisle. That's my goal, and I know that will happen to you. I know that will be your testimony. Okay, now you see, a lot of people go out for dates. A lot of people want to settle down, and usually some do not have any person that is talking to them. Some do have, but they don't know what to do to make it happen. And so because of that, it's been a challenge for them. And sometimes some things that people do, blew the thing, and the guys walk away and the ladies walk away. It could be on both sides. And but I want to share things with you today, and I'm going to share things in a couple of moments, minutes from now, things that will be a great blessing, a great help to you, something that will put you on the way to the aisle. All right, the first thing is this: do you have anybody that you're seeing, but you want the marriage, you want the relationship rather to end up in marriage, which obviously what it should be, which generally that's what it should be, that's what should happen. You don't have anybody you are seeing, but you want to have someone and would like it to be the right person and end up. You don't want to just keep experimenting, because some people live in confusion, so they just keep experimenting. Keep this guy, keep this one, keep this babe, keep this other babe, just hoping that one will be the one that will happen, that will make it. But time and time again, it has just been a gambling. All right, life is supposed not to be that way. There are wisdom steps you can take that will make things happen. Now, I am going to be sharing with you right away four keys, 4 secrets that will put you on that journey. 4 of them. Number one is your outlook, your appearance. Number one is your appearance. Now, I'd like to talk about this, the law of appearance. The first law is the law of appearance. And whether you're already seeing someone or you're not seeing, but you want to attract a marriage, so to say, person to yourself, you've got to learn a whole lot about your appearance, because your appearance matters. Now, you need to know first that a man, if you're a lady, you need to know that a man looks out at you first before they can know your heart and your character. They see you first before they can know what is in your heart, before they can know what is your character. In other words, they will see the container, they will see the packaging before they will see the content. It's critically important, very important, the law of appearance. When I talk about the law of appearance, I am talking about your whole total outlook, from your hairdo to what you put on your feet, to what you do with your nails. What everything about your total outlook has a lot to do for you to attract someone to you and probably begin to walk towards going to the aisle. You will say to me, does that matter? Absolutely. It does matter. It does matter for ladies. It does also matter for men. But it matters most for men, because a man is designed and wired to start with their eyes. Now, the advertisement industry has understood this, and they have exploited it even to the negative. People get to know about this secret, but not balancing it and not getting it right. What had happened is that media has fed them wrongly about it. And what happens is that when your outlook suggests that you are available to be slept with, then basically that's what the man will come. Why? Every time you appear, you are saying something to somebody. Your whole entire outlook, it's a communication in itself. It's an unspoken language. It's an unspoken word. So when you dress up and come out, you are talking to somebody without saying a word. You are telling somebody a couple of things without saying one thing to them. Many things, actually. I'll quickly give you a few, things that your outlook says. Now, before I do that, let me also take a moment to say one or two things, because you need to understand that, again, a man is wired to start with the eyes. You need to see the container first, and you will always see the container before you see the content. You don't see malt, you see the container first before you see the liquid. The same with milk, the same with every other drink. So having said that, you need to be intentional about your dressing. You need to be deliberate about your dressing. You need to be, intentional of what you want to say to people outside. And it has to be a consistent thing, primarily, basically, because that's what matters also, so that it won't be deceptive. You just don't want to deceive anybody into marrying you, and tomorrow they regret it, and then you will start having quarrel. You just have to be consistent. You have to be deliberate about it, and what it is all about. Very simple. When you dress up, you are saying to somebody, I'm aware of my social environment, social awareness. One of the things you are saying to somebody is your social awareness. What is social awareness? Social awareness is what is in vogue, what is trending, what is, trending at a time, and what, if you're a lady, what is trending for women. Now, you don't need to put on what is trending for women if you want to get married and you're wearing what is trending for club attendants, club goers. No, you're going to miss it. In other words, you are asking a guy, what you are saying to the other person is, come on, I'm a club guy, I'm a club girl, and I'm available for a dance. I want to go for clubbing, because you're attracting. It's about attraction. You are saying something. Now, so the second thing your outlook tells us is about what we call self-awareness. Now, self-awareness gives us two things. Number one, it tells us your sense of style, which tells me about your intellectual capacity. It tells me how you've come to understand yourself and what fits you and what helps you to express yourself better and communicate better to people and enhance your beauty. The third one, or the second one, is what we call, sense of, you know what is sense of style, and then you know what really. When you talk about style, you talk about what fits you. Self-awareness, this will give birth to sense of style. Sense of style, and that's very powerful. Sense of style tells me that you're not under peer pressure. You're not under pressure of anybody. You know what fits you. You know what you want, what you like, and what helps you to express yourself in a much beautiful and better way. The other one, when you dress up and come out, you can tell us your profession. You can tell us your profession. And that is very important. Every profession has a certain dressing that goes with it. If you're a clergy like me, then there's a dressing that goes with it. If you are doing it, if you're a sex hawker, harlotry, there's dressing that goes with it. And unfortunately, this has affected a lot of ladies, because they think, and they have wrongly been taught, that when they dress nude, that men will come. You see, men really will come, but the kind of men that will come looking for, sex. They're coming to sleep with you because that's what you have presented yourself, that you're available, because you've shown them the places. And because a man is stirred up and is wired to start with his eyes, so he goes for that because that's what he's seeing. But you don't need to lead him towards that direction. Okay, you need to dress in a manner that he can say, this person, there's a way you dress. Somebody would think you're working as in a bank. There's a way you dress. Somebody think you're in a lawyer and all those kind of things. So your dressing says things to people, and you need to learn about that your outlook matters a lot. It is called the law of appearance. The law of appearance. Now, this is very important. Of course, at the base of the law of appearance as a foundation, before you cannot talk about law of appearance if you don't even appear, if you don't even come out, if nobody sees you. So you must realize that for you have to come out. You have to take out, a time to go out where people can see you, and you have to be intentional and deliberate about it, because that again in itself can affect who sees you. Because who sees you determines who comes asking for asking for a date, and to start talking with you and all of that. So it's important that you get into this and know it very well. So be deliberate about your outlook, be intentional about it, so that somebody won't see you and see you sloppy and see you lazy and see you tattered, because your dressing, your outlook also tells us how organized you can be, and tells us how you can put together one or two, and because it tells us a lot about your status, it tells us about your class, and it also tells us about the kind of class, because that will show us the quality of the things you put on, the cost of the things you're putting on, can tell us the class you probably may be coming from. It may suggest to us, and that's critically important. Now, following this law of appearance, because when you come out, the way you are dressed is actually going to attract someone to talk to you. If you dress like someone who is already married, because the married people, there are things that go with them. Some ladies now put on rings on their hands. In the first place, they're already misleading a single guy who may want to talk to you. Some put it in the middle, so they're already telling you, because for over time we've known that these are engagements, because they are trying to hide. Maybe they are old now, or they are feeling that they are getting aged, and so they don't want to feel like as if nobody is by them. No, you don't have to be ashamed of your status, because singlehood is also a gift. It's something you need to enjoy and be proud of. But again, you want to transit from singlehood to married. You don't have to give people an impression by the dressing and your outlook that you probably be living with a man, and they are going to miss it. They're going to misinterpret you. They're going to think differently. Okay, and then of course that might be the reason why nobody's coming. Again, you've got to dress, not to dress as one who is looking for someone to sleep with, for a sex partner. In other words, you don't expose, your body in a wrong manner. Okay, you've got to put yourself together, because you see, when a man is looking for someone to marry, or a woman to someone, they have some fantasies, they have some things in their mind, a picture, and the picture of a married, or a lady to marry is not someone in the club, it's not someone opening up here and there, and it's totally nude, and it's just going on the street and walking with loose steps and all that kind of stuff. Those kind of things are a guy will be looking for a lady like that who I can club with, but not someone certainly who will be the mother of my children. Now, this is critically important, and I hope that that very key will help you. The next that is critically important also is what I call the great C. It is a law of companionship. The law of companionship. Now, this is very important. The heart of companionship is conversation, is communication. Because every man needs a companion. Once a man gets to a certain age, he needs a companion. The same with women. We are designed to have somebody that will keep us company, someone that we enjoy their presence, someone that we enjoy being with, someone we don't find it difficult to stay with, someone that we can easily forget time, lose sense of time, and just have fun. I'm not talking about fun in the sense of committing some funny things and doing crazy things. No. Just someone that you like being with, someone that is fun to be with. I think that's better. And one of the hearts of this, again, is conversation. Now, this affects a lot of ladies a lot. So many ladies love men who are great conversationalists, and who can engage, who can talk. On the other side, to both parties, there are some women who can talk, and they will like a man who can engage them, because it's very powerful. It's very important. The heart of companionship is conversation. You've got to learn to be a great conversationist, and that may mean that you probably have to be aware of certain things, things in town, things, different topics, different ranging of things. Now you may say, oh no, I am not good at talking, but I'm good at listening. That's it. That's another strength. That's a powerful thing. There are people that, you see, when you take time and listen to someone, and you enjoy someone talking to you, enjoy the presence of the person, and having fun with them, with that person, in that person's company, and you're listening, because if both of you are all talking, and the one is like as if you are competing, then it's gonna be crazy. Someone definitely is going to lose out. Somebody is going to walk away and say, each of you talks too much. But there has to be one who listens, and there's nothing that impacts women also. If they are the ones that talk, there's nothing that impacts women also, even if you are the one talking. But there's nothing that impacts women, especially as a man who listens, because when you listen, they interpret it and understand it to be that you are giving them attention. This can make a man make a quick decision. I'm telling you, it's suggested. It can make a man make a quick decision if you're a woman that pays attention. So that when you ask important questions in your date, leading questions that can turn into conversation, don't just end questions. Some lady, when you ask them, how are you? Fine. That's over. It's done. Then that person is not going to have fun with you. How was work today? Fine. Bam. How do you want this lady to enjoy your company? You've ended it. And basically, women don't like that kind of thing. Women ask questions that they want to now know. You see, I got to work at 7 a.m. and when I got there, my boss wasn't there. She needs a story. She needs to listen. She needs to know how you spend the day, who and who talked to you, who and who, how did you go about, how did you work, the stress, the fun, the people that looked at you somehow, all that kind of stuff. Ladies will definitely just walk away because you are not fun to stay with. There's no fun being around you. You are not giving them attention and listening, and then you're not also, some people tell you he's boring. He's boring to be with. You know what they're saying? You are not giving them attention, or you are not even talking. You're not telling them something. You're not exciting their imagination. You're not creating something that will allow them, arouse their imagination for them to be engaged. And at the heart of that is also for some guys, for you to talk about some meaningful things. And that will lead me to my next point, to talk about capacity. Capacity. You see, when a man is looking for someone to marry, in his mind, he is already having a picture of a kind of woman that he would want to spend his life with. And if the guy is already doing well, or he's trying to work out his life, or he's a prospective guy, he's already thinking, I need to marry a working class lady, someone that's industrious. And if he's not working, at least let it be someone that is prospective, someone that is hardworking, someone that has somewhere she is going. The same the other way, someone that knows where he is going. In my conversation with a lot of singles, I have found this to be like a standard. They want someone that has capacity. Someone, because even a man that has made it in life would want to have a woman, even if when the man said don't work, the man still wants the woman to have capacity to manage the home, capacity to manage the kids. Capacity is important. No man just want to marry a dummy out that you cannot intellectually, and in fact in so many areas you lack capacity to handle things, even to deal with family, to deal homes, to manage him, to engage him when he comes, and to deal with things, to run things. Excuse me, I'm telling you, that man is going to be disappointed. And these are part of the reasons why men keep mistresses, begin to spend more time with their secretaries and all kinds of things they made on the road. So it's critically important that you understand that. Capacity. And when I talk about capacity, it's not just only intellectual, it's not just financial, but at least being able to deal with things, being able to handle things. Basically, being able to be to someone that will add value, someone that can contribute, to the man's life meaningfully. It might not be in terms of finance, it might not be in terms of many other, other things, but basically, you are able to add value, you are able to contribute, not just sleeping with a man. No, that's not right. You see, there's this story in the holy book that's very, very interesting. I like to draw a little reference for you there. But in the Holy Script, the Holy Script, there's a story about a lady called Esther, and she was beautiful, and which I had spoken about the law of appearance, because beauty adds, value. It can really influence things. However, this lady, there were other beautiful ladies in the harem, and everyone, had the opportunity to see the king. But when he was at town, she just dressed simply, and the eunuch advised her. And when she went and met the king, the scripture said everyone that saw her favored her. At the end of that meeting, the king married her. The king decided. So it's possible that in one single date, you can secure and determine that marriage, that dating, that relationship will end at the altar. It will transit into another level of relationship, which is marriage. And that's exactly what you're looking for. You don't want to just continue being single, But I have thought about it. I said, what exactly was this king looking for? Was he looking for a beautiful lady? No, not at all. That certainly, that's part of it, but it's not necessarily what would make him influence his decision. Why? Every lady in the harem was beautiful. So that's first, number one. Number two, was he looking for someone to sleep with, a great sex partner? No. Because at that time, emperors have opportunities to take any woman and sleep whenever and whenever and however they want to get it done. And many beautiful ladies would have happily and gladly submit themselves for such things. So it was not a great sex partner, because the scripture never indicated that his former wife wasn't a great, bedmate. And neither did the scripture indicate that. Scripture said Vashti, the former queen, was really beautiful. All right. So what was he looking for? He was looking for capacity. Not only capacity, he was looking for a companion. And that's my last point I'll be giving to you. In your one moment, one time date, how would you show to your date that you have these four things? And I tell you, if you have them, these four things, you're on your way to the aisle. I guarantee you, you're on your way to the aisle. Because you see, companionship, as I said before, the heart of it is conversation. The other one is capacity. The other one is a lot of appearance. And finally is character, because it's critically important. It was character that robbed Vashti, the queen, and she lost that marriage. Character is critically important, because even the vilest of men, even the most craziest man who cheats, wants to have a faithful partner. Do you understand that? A lady that plays around wants to have a man who she feels at some point, at least with great extent, will be faithful. You know, most people think that right now men don't, there's no man that is faithful. And of course, women are doing the same fight. Women are beginning to cheat more than men. But I can assure you, that's not true. That's not. There are still faithful men, and there are still faithful women. And there are people who have committed themselves that they are going to be faithful. And that's the point. It's just that. So, character. Because nobody wants to marry a beast and put her home. No, a man. How are you going to show this man that you have character? That you are who you are, and that you mean well, and that you are going to be consistent in this character, that you have a dream and a plan and a vision, a future, that both of you are going to spend your life together. You wouldn't want to hurt him, and you wouldn't like him to hurt you. You know, or you wouldn't want to hurt each other. You see, when a man understands that, they'll rest there. When a woman understands that she's secure and that you are not going to hurt her and that you have character, the woman stays there. My dear friend, I do believe that these 4 important keys are critical to your settling down. Very, very important. If you would take hold of these 4 keys I've given to you, the one question you ask yourself, how will I exhibit these qualities in one single date? Now that's something you need to figure out for yourself. And because I've given you the keys. Now you need to show that this is what. How do you do that? What kind of conversation are you going to have? And what actions do you want to take when you meet that guy, when you go out for that date? Take small actions, steps that suggest who you really are and where you want to go. Now, I don't want people to pretend and fake their lives, because it doesn't really work after all. But I'm also saying that if you don't have these things, you can make adjustments and change it right away. And do things when you guys go out for a date that suggest that these keys are there. Say things that suggest that you have these things in your life. Whether you're a guy or whether you're a lady, you'll soon secure a proposal. And I can assure you, your ring, that wedding ring, will soon follow that date. Now, friend, I believe that I've shared something important, something of value. And if this had, been a blessing, if it had, added any value to you, I will appreciate it if you will, write to me or write on the comment sections, whichever, and share with me how it has touched you and how it has helped you, in adjusting and preparing yourself for the date. And if you are free tomorrow, I'm also inviting you to join us, on the program I'm hosting, on the meeting I'm hosting, The Lover and the Loved. We'll be talking about the whole thing. If you are single, it's okay for you. If you're married, it will also be awesome, because each of these, sets of groups of people will have something to learn.